Okay, Hague Convention. It's con because they act like they have all this authority now. They're pushing this international law crap, and people don't understand or comprehend the fact that this is already implemented in the United States. They haven't ratified it yet because they needed more contract signatures, but it's it's already implemented. These laws do apply. You can find it in your state. The state laws say the same thing, same exact thing. It's like right here, basis for recognition and enforcement. A decision made in one contracting state, the state of origin, shall be recognized and enforced in other contracting states if A, the respondent was habitually resident, meaning res. The res is the body. The body is left over when the energy leaves. That's all there is to it. That's why they call it your residence. That's where to find the body. Um, as habitually, that means that's where you live on a regular basis. But the resident is where to find the body. The body is the res. It's like the respondent. You are the respondent when they send you a letter of bullshit telling you to show up at their bullshit open business meeting to provide them with your financial documents, DNA, marriage license, divorce, whatever. It's all a fraud. I mean, I say that that's what it is. It's fraud. The respondent has submitted to the jurisdiction. That's where they get you every time. You know how you submit to their jurisdiction? The jurisdiction, I've already showed, means authority. That's all it is, the authority. How do you submit? Sub. There again, there's that word sub. Sub means below. Submarine means below the water surface. Sub anything is sub, is below. How do you submit to their jurisdiction? There's two ways. First off, you respond to their bullshit letter. Second off, you subscribe. That's what a signature is. It's a subscription. If you sign a promissory note, you have subscribed. You have subbed yourself to their jurisdiction or authority. You are now the sub. When you walk in there, if you stay out of there, you're above them. They have no authority over you. I mean, the right of the people prevail above all. The state is below the people. The federal government is the lowest one of all. They're at the bottom. But the federal government pays the state with the income taxes that we get robbed from us every year. You're not even making an income. You're contracting your labor. That's proceeds from your labor. I'm not getting into the taxes. I don't do taxes. I'm just stating what this is. That's the Hague Convention. And I'm telling you this works because when I read this, that's exactly what I did. The respondent has submitted to the jurisdiction either expressly by saying it or defending on the merits of the case. Never argue the merits of the case. When they start talking about this is just going to be so much better for your kids, and you say, yeah, but I just don't have the money, that kind of money. You're arguing the merits of the case. When they say this is going to be so much better for your kids, you just ask them, who the fuck are you to tell me what's good for my kids? Because that's the way it ought to be. They have no authority to be in your business. Who the fuck are you? And that's what this means. Defending on the merits of the case without objecting to the jurisdiction at the first available opportunity. As soon as they write you the first letter telling you somebody so and so has assigned the rights or whatever, and we need you to come in and bring this documentation, bring your bank statements, and get ready to do a DNA test. Who the fuck are you? What do you want with me? What authority do you have? Prove it. If you ain't caused the injury, in fact, you ain't caused anything. They can't nobody say nothing to you. They got no authority. Just like you have to be suspected of a crime. When the police officer walks up to you on the street and says, "I need to see your ID," well, what crime am I suspected of? They'll tell you they have the authority to ID. They tell you everything. It's just like all these cases that I'm going to show you. Like this one right here, Stanley v. Georgia. They're sitting there and trying to charge this man for having obscene material in his own home. And that's a violation of their law. See, they write these laws knowing that these are more moral laws. These are churchy people. We don't want people like that in our community. Well, so the fuck what? This is the United States of America. I have freedom of expression. Obscene matter cannot be constitutionally a crime, blah, blah, blah. Where's that? He wasn't trying to sell it or anything like that. They try to argue that they should protect your mind as well. And the federal court says it straight up that they don't have the authority to control men's minds. That's in here. But anyway, look it up. Stanley v. Georgia. Read it. The state lost. The state is always going to overstep its bounds. Always. And it's up to us. Vigilance. Vigilance is the only way to protect liberty. You have to be vigilant against people who would impose their moral beliefs on you. That's why we have a Declaration of Independence. That's what makes us free, is the right to be independent. For fundamental is the right to be free, except in very limited circumstances. Here we go. From unwanted governmental intrusions into one's privacy. Very limited circumstances. And those limits are if probable cause. If they don't have probable cause that you've committed some crime, they have no authority to intrude on your privacy. Period. Very limited circumstances. Probable cause. Did you probably commit a crime? Anyway, makers of the Constitution undertook. Now that's another thing. You'll never see a child support undertaking. Ever. They're not going to show or document an undertaking of child support against you. So that right there tells you it's not an actual court case, because all court cases have to be undertaken. It won't be undertaken because that would show human trafficking. I'm going to tell you right now, if they document undertaking, taking your property without you committing a crime, holding you in servitude, throwing you in debtor's prison, that's human trafficking. You're in a position of vulnerability because you do not know what's going on. And the reason you don't know is because of their education system. They're the ones that didn't teach you the law, didn't ensure that you knew the law. And if they did, it was just a quick rush job to get you through it just as quick as possible, like they did when I was in school. I mean, they taught me about the Constitution and freedom when I was in the 4th grade. How the hell am I going to remember that? And then they get out and they just railroad you and tell you they have the authority to do it, even though you do remember, oh, well, you're supposed to be free. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda the whole way through school. And who runs the schools? The states. The states that violate your rights under their own legislation. And then it takes the federal courts to overturn it. And if I'm telling you right now, that Ruth Bader Ginsburg, good luck with that one. But anyway, Stanley v. Georgia. They don't have the right to control your mind. Yeah, right here. Our whole constitutional heritage rebels at the thought of giving government power to control men's minds. I mean, it, it just can't get no better than that. You can't get it any clearer than that. They have no authority to control your mind. But when you go in there and they start telling you that, they're trying to do the right thing for your kid, they're trying to look out for your best interest or the child's best interest or anybody's best interest, who are they? What authority do they have? Show me an injury in fact. Or shut the hell up and get the hell out of my damn way. We'll start off next back over here with 28 USC.